Welcome to another episode of Asia Unscripted. Today is Thursday, June the 4th, 2020. And for the first time in a long time, I am outside of IT Park. There's the entrance. We're going to do a brand new video. We're going to head on down to Landers. Landers, it's kind of like S&R. If you don't know what S&R is, Landers and S&R is kind of like the Costco of the U.S. or the Sam's Club. I do believe S&R is partially owned by Costco. I could be wrong, but I think they are. Landers, Filipino owned 100%, I believe. So I had to get a special pass in order to leave my barangay because we're still under a quarantine, a general community quarantine. So my normal pass only allows me to stay within my neighborhood or within my barangay. So with this other pass that I had to check out, like a library card, it allows me to go anywhere in the city. So this general community quarantine, it hasn't been working out as well as some people had hoped. With a general community quarantine, some public transportation can restart. Well, that didn't include the jeepney, which is the main form of transportation here. So a lot of people have been having problems getting to work, getting to other essential activities. There's buses that the city put out, but there's not nearly enough. The buses can only have 50% of their seats occupied. Like, here's a bus now. This one, yeah, looks like there's some social distancing going on. So basically, I'm doing what most Filipinos have to do. Basically walk. So normally I would take a grab car or I would take a taxi over to Landers, but that's not available to me. So we'll do this another way. It's a nice day, but it's really hot. It's not too pleasant, but I need the exercise. I've been sitting at home way too much the past almost 3 months. Updates. Airlines, the domestic airlines are slowly getting going again. They kind of jumped the gun a little, saying we're going to fly to most of these places, all of these places. But then the task force said, no, we didn't. We need to approve where you want to fly to. And the local government has to approve if you're coming in. So a lot of flights got canceled this week before they even started. The Cebu airport's not even going yet. They don't have the permission yet from the governor to allow domestic flights. Here's the issue. A lot of these islands that the airline wants to fly to, they don't have any cases. There's no active cases. So they're telling the airlines, hey, we don't want you bringing in potentially sick people from Manila. We don't want you bringing in potentially sick people from Cebu. No way. So, yeah, that's the issue. So the airlines, what they're doing is now they're going to each particular airport and saying, hey, can we fly here? And they're either getting the okay or nah, not yet. So it's frustrating not only the airline, but it's frustrating the passengers, because the airline told the passengers, hey, yeah, we're going to be flying to all these different places next week. But that's not going to happen. So a lot of upset people. But I think as time goes on, as the weeks go by, more governments are going to be getting the pressure to open up the airports. And here's the other thing: even if you are going to an airport that is approved to open, you need paperwork. You can't just show up with your ticket. You need to get two things. You need to get a medical certificate, basically saying you haven't had any of the symptoms of that beer flu. You need that first, and then you need to get permission to travel from the Philippine National Police, PNP. So with that medical certificate, you bring that to the PNP with your boarding pass or your ticket, and then they will give you permission to travel to another area. Now, the confusing part is the airlines are also saying, well, you need to meet the requirements of the airport you're going to also. But how do you know the requirements of the place you're going to until you get there? So there's a lot of confusion there. But the good news is airlines are slowly coming back online. Ferries, as far as I know, haven't come back online. They're still hauling cargo. If you have permission to go back to your home island, then you could potentially get on one of those ferries. But there's a lot of paperwork for that too. So in my case, essentially, I'm still here. I'm still here in Cebu for now, which is fine. I never showed you guys this up close. Well, this is a sorry store. Not open. Sorry stores. They're like your neighborhood convenience store. You can buy a lot of the basics there. Some people do 100% of their shopping at a sorry store. Other people, they use it to pick up some things they might have forgotten at the supermarket. Sometimes you can buy a few eggs. Sometimes you can buy some seasoning or some sauces. They sell cigarettes, drinks, candy, chips. If they have a refrigerator, which not all of these stores do, but if they do, they're in a really good position, because then they can sell cold beer, which is great. I'm going to try to cross this street. So I want to be on the side of the street that's not sunny. It's in the 90s today. Other updates. They're talking about letting restaurants have dine-in service maybe in about 2 weeks in these areas under general community quarantine. The restaurants, they're suffering big time. Most of their revenue comes from dine-in service. And some of these restaurants, they're not really set up for takeout service. There's a little strip mall across the street. A lot of these restaurants, they're not set up for dine out or takeout and delivery, so they're suffering a lot. So that might happen towards mid-month. That's a nice area. Haircuts. We can start getting haircuts again on June 7th. So just 3 days from now. The barbers and the salons will be limited to just haircuts. They're not going to be able to do anything fancy. And the barber shops, the beauty salons, will only be able to operate at 30% capacity. So only 30% of their workers will be able to come to work. So it might be a little bit difficult to get a haircut, but at least the option will be available. I know I'll be trying to get it done next week. So this big building right here is Landers. I only started walking 11 minutes ago. So it's not a far walk. Not a far walk at all. I am sweating like a pig, but it's a good walk. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to be waiting in a long line to get in. I have no idea at this point, but we'll do what we need to do. Any other updates? The mayor of Cebu City has sent a letter to the Department of Transportation to allow jeepneys to go. At this point, jeepneys are not authorized to go anywhere. So you're not going to find any out on the road, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. This building over here is a church. Sunday mornings, well, not during this time, but Sunday mornings they're usually busy. Up this street here is Mabolo. That's a different brown guy. If you keep going down this street, you'll get to SM. If you keep going down this street, the one I'm walking down, you'll get to Cebu Business Park and Ayala Mall. So I'm not going that far today. I'm just going over here to Landers. All right, I'm almost at 1,300 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. Even if you don't subscribe, I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, there's a little logo at the bottom right-hand corner of this video. You can click on that, and then you can subscribe. Anyways, you guys keep safe. Where I'm at Landers, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to take a video inside. So I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, take care. For Asia Unscripted, this is Jason. See you later.